Good morning, everybody. Hi. How you guys doing? We are indeed live this Saturday morning for our Weekend Warrior Workshop. This is part one of five. I'm so excited. So we're actually live right now, obviously for part one with our little like premiere here on YouTube inside of our group. Good morning, everybody. I'd love to know you guys. Drop it like it's hot. Tell me where you're from. I would love to know about your creative businesses. Also, you're welcome to drop links here inside of the YouTube feed as well for your businesses, especially if you have a YouTube channel. I'd love to follow you and check you guys out. We're going to be talking a lot about YouTube too over the next 5 parts because YouTube is actually a platform that I am all in on. And I love YouTube for several years now. It's been on my hit list. Anyways, like I said, we're going to be a 5-part series today, and Weekend Warriors, we're hammering this out. Also, too, guys, take note that this video is only going to be these 5 videos are only going to be available until February the 15th. Right now, it's January of 2025 and into January of 2025 already, y'all, right? Already into January. And these will be available until the 15th of February. These are not intended to marinate here inside of the YouTube world. These are just here for my Weekend Warrior Workshop. And I love hosting these workshops over a weekend and getting you guys the tools that you need to grow your business online. All right, so we have part one. We're going to be talking here in a minute. What is that like freedom number? Where is it like where the online market space, how much has developed over the last 5 years and how there is space for you in it? Part two, at 11 a.m., we're going to be talking about the golden triangle of online marketing. Really like that trifecta of online marketing and getting those sales. Then we're going to move right into let's get digital with it. Let's get digi with it, right? I love digital products. This right here, y'all, is kind of sort of a digital product. Love digital. It's a big part of my business. It should be a part of your business, no matter what kind of product-based business you have. All right, and then we're going to go into what not? What the heck is what not? Have y'all heard about it? Ooh, it is good. It is good. It is good. And Whatnot is turning out to be a fabulous platform, not just for like selling our junk, but it's turning out to be a fabulous platform for teaching as well. So more on that in the fourth part. So that will be at like 2 p.m. Eastern today. And then lastly, we're going to end it with a marketing plan, 28 days to greatness. Every great marketing plan starts with a story. So, anyways, my story. Hello, everybody. My name is Serena. I am a business coach to creatives by day. I actually work in the financial planning industry. I've been working with incredible clients throughout the United States for the last 25 years. It's a lovely little business that I can't imagine not being a part of. And I've had the opportunity to work with some of Tampa Bay's most incredible business owners. Of course, I'm here in Tampa, Florida. I'd love to know where you guys are from as well. I'd like to say, it's hot in Florida right now, but it is cold in Florida right now. It is cold, cold, and cold. But I'm not complaining. It makes me super happy. It gives me all the energy. Um, so it's a great day, I have a feeling, around the world to be inside to watch this Weekend Warrior class. But anyways, as I was saying, my name is Serena. I am a business coach to creatives, and I help creatives build multiple streams of revenue online. I have the pleasure of working with currently about 300 creatives across my platforms. And to date, I've worked with, I don't even really know the number. Maybe I'm going to say 1,500 to 2,000 creatives start their business journey. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Here's the thing with creatives. I love working with the creative markets, but sometimes it poses a little bit of a challenge. Creatives, generally the people that I work with, if there's any men in the house, I love you, Buttercup, just as much as everybody else. I have a very inclusive community. But y'all listen, I mainly serve women. Creatives age 50 and plus. That's just my market. That's my Sally. In my coaching business, that's who I serve. I'm not saying that I don't have the like 20 and 30-year-olds because I totally do, and my Buttercups know it. But for the most part, the people that I really like, I could connect to is that 50 and plus. We come from a different generation. We come from a very scrappy generation. We come from a generation of let's just try to figure it out. There is a generation though, as you get into the generation below me, the baby boomer generation is a very hesitant generation. It's a very hesitant generation to grow in technology, to grow online. But y'all, listen, life changed 5 years ago. And whether we like it or not, life changed 5 years ago. I'll never forget in January of 2020 going live, and I was like, we're going to have 2020 vision. This is going to be great. And our world came to a screeching halt in March of 2020. The week before we came to a screeching halt, I did a live video, what to do when it feels like your ship is sinking. I'll never forget this because I was starting to see things in the world happening. And being in the financial markets, I might be a little bit more connected than maybe the average person. And I started to see things happen, and I started to see like, oh God, this is like really big. My business blew up in 2020. My coaching business blew up. My financial planning business blew up. Everything. 2020 was actually really good for business owners, believe it or not. For a lot of business owners, 2020 and 2021 were fabulous, fabulous. Life started to even off a little bit in 2022, and people started to get back to their normal or tried to resume some sort of normalcy, right? And that was hard. It was hard because it's like we're in this digital era, right? We're like, let's shop online, let's do everything online. And we kind of got used to that. We got used to using Zoom. We got used to QR codes. We got used to, we don't get printed menus anymore because we don't want to touch the things. We don't want to be touchy. We don't want to be people-y anymore. Life change. I feel like today in 2025, if you have not changed with the times, you are not going to. In order to run a successful business, especially online, you're going to have to be open-minded. You're going to have to go with the flow. You're going to have to pivot. You're going to have to learn the techie stuff that you don't want to learn because you think in your mind that you're not techie. Guess what, y'all? Me neither. Me neither. I've learned how to adapt to it. I've learned how to embrace it. And I put time and money and invested in training so that I could get my business and be competitive inside of my business. And I expect you guys to do the same, especially if you want that success. As creatives, we love to dream big, right? We love to dream big. I'm one of those believers in the law of attraction. If you see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. I'm not on the fence, though. If you see it in your mind, I don't have to do anything. It's just going to happen. It doesn't work that way. You got to lay the path. You got to open the doors. You got to close some doors. You got to learn how to say no. You got to learn how to say yes. You got to learn how to really figure out what is my purpose? Why am I doing this? I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you think that starting a business because you want to pay off debt, buy your first house, buy a car, all this stuff, y'all listen, that's not a lot of motivation. It's not a lot of motivation to like really grow. A lot of times we're okay staying where we're at, but we're not okay growing. Think about that. We're okay. I'm okay here. I'm okay. I'm okay in my little corner over here. I don't need to be there. I'm okay. And you know what? That's okay. You're not destined to be a business owner. I'm okay with that. You should be too. You guys know that feeling when you get out of the shower and you got that idea. Looks a little something like this. Like right on fire. Like mine's going, you like my little emojis? I got a whole bunch of them lined up. Anyways, it's like fire, right? Like your mind is like buzzing. You get out of the shower and like, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And you go to do it and you just fall short. The fear sets in, the imposter syndrome sets in, the self-doubt sets in, that I can't do this. Nobody supports me. All the I can'ts set in. All of the accounts set in. I love telling my creatives that we have to find our inner 8-year-old. As women, and again, remember my audience is like kind of 50 plus women. As women, our fear is brought into us at a very, very early age. Baby, don't do that. Don't jump on that. You're going to get hurt. You can't do that. Girls don't do that. Especially our generation, the 15 plus, the generations below us. They are a little bit more like wild and crazy. Okay. They're not so cautious. We're a lot more cautious than they are. But I do want you to channel your rebellious 8-year-old. And I have this photo I'm going to pop up here of my son. And this is my son in Niagara Falls. He's about 8 years old. And, any of you guys who know Sebastian behind the scenes know that I have an incredibly creative and charismatic child. And you do see that I'm not exactly getting Mom of the Year award here for him, wanting to see cross over. but this is in Canada. And his thing is, Mom, why does it say danger? Dan is in red and jur, like not danger. He saw danger. He also has no fear. I have raised a child with no fear. I don't have a lot of fears myself, y'all. I really don't. I was told no a lot as a kid, and I wasn't a very good listener. I was a little wild and crazy. I like adrenaline. I like fast things. I just like that feeling, right? I definitely raised my child without that fear. Which scares the bejeebies out of me now because he's 17 and driving. 17 and driving. Thank God for Life 360. Thank you, Lord, for Life 360 because it is my life. But he saw that sign and he said, danger? Mom, what's a danger? And he's like 7 or 8. And I'm like, it says danger, baby. He's like, danger from what? I'm like, the cliff, the waterfalls, he didn't see what I saw. He didn't see that. He didn't have that fear. He's like, Mom, there's grass on the other side. I said, no, 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 baby. And what's my kid do? I'm like, no, but what do we do? Right? We like pull back. We do that a lot in business. We get too close to the edge. We get too close to like, I can't do this. I can't and we start to panic. Right. And that's literally like the force of nature causing you to pull back. You get too close to the cliff and your heart starts to beat and you're feeling all clammy and like all kind of itchy and all kinds of things, right? And we naturally pull back. And I've seen it happen so many times, so many incredible ideas and so much talent that goes absolutely nowhere because that fear is too much to handle. The fear becomes overwhelming. The processes become overwhelming because we don't know how to break it up into small bits. I'm a huge journaler. I love to journal. I love to write. And inside your workbook that you guys have for this, if you don't have the workbook, the link is down below. Inside the workbook for this, you guys, as there were just like blank pages. So if you don't want to download it, that's fine. You can just get out a journal page. And I want you guys to write about your Hallmark life. If you were to paint the Hallmark life, the thing, you're moving to a small town, you're newly like divorced or widowed, and there's like some hot like veterinarian next door who's also like the town doctor and the firefighter, and he's just like, where I'm going with this. Okay, like ridiculous stuff. It's okay to be ridiculous. We're creatives. We got the permission button to be ridiculous. I want you guys to dream big. I want you to take a few moments when this is over before we start our module, our number 2. I want you to go lay down on the couch. I want you to put your earbuds in. And I want you to put on some music for me. I listen to Maxwell Sade. Anytime I need to get into my mind, into that like calming state, Maxwell Sade. Maxwell totally does it for me. But anyways, I'm going there. But Maxwell Sade, like those two just like, you can like, ordinary love and smooth operator me all day long. So I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think about that dream life. Why do I want a business? What am I trying to create? What kind of legacy do I want for my family, for my kids, for my grandkids? What am I trying to do for me? As women, we tend to put ourselves last. We tend to put everybody else's needs before our own, and everybody's thoughts and ideas matter but our own, right? Everyone's opinions matter but our own. We ain't doing that no more. Today, at this moment, what is today? January 25th. At this day, at this moment, at this time, you are going to be the most selfish business owner you possibly can be. I know it can be hard for some of us, but you're going to be selfish because the only way you can achieve the success that you desire and to create that dream life that you desire, that freedom that you desire, is to dream big. I need you to have that motivation and that energy to keep going because there are times when it's going to be super tough. The easiest job you can have in the entire world is working for somebody else. And the most difficult job you will ever have is trying to grow a business. And I say trying because most people try to run a business. They're not training to run a business. If I told you today that you needed to run a marathon tomorrow, you would literally shut down to me. What would you guys do if I said you're running a marathon today? You're running a marathon tomorrow. You're running a marathon next week. That's not a whole lot of time, but for some reason you think that you're going to get that idea and grow that business. That is $1 million idea today. But if I said we're going to run that, we're going to train for that. Yeah, let's train for the next year to 3 months and next year to 3 years. It takes 36 months to build a successful business. I mean, 36 months. Any of you who have a business in here, I would love to know what happened at that 3-year mark. Shit happened at that 3-year mark, right? It happened at that 3-year mark. I'm telling you right now, it happens at the 3-year mark. But you guys, think about it. If I said, let's train for that marathon, let's spend the next, some of you are going to be ready in a year and some of you are going to be ready in 3 years. Suddenly it doesn't feel as overwhelming, right? But when you're like, you're running a marathon tomorrow, next week, or next month, you're like, oh no, that ain't happening. But we expect to start a business and it's just going to be successful overnight with no work and no training, but we're trying. Trying isn't enough. We can try to run a marathon. We're not going to be successful at it. And if you have never ran before, let me tell you right now, I am a runner. I have been spending the last 5 years. I started out with just like casual walks with my giant 90-pound golden doodle. And now I run 5 to 7 miles a day, y'all. Some walk, jog, run, depending on the mood my dogs are in and the mood that I am in. That didn't happen overnight. That didn't happen. I had to go through a whole lot of blisters and a whole lot of bad shoes and leggings constantly falling down. And it was a whole couple of years of stuff that had to get to that point. A lot of people try to run a business. They don't have in their mind that I'm training. I have to train to run a business. I got to condition myself to run a business. I need you guys to dream big because that's what's going to keep you motivated. All right. We got to learn how to break it down into small bits, what it is that we really, truly desire. All right. Why are we doing this? 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 I learned during COVID that I had often said to myself, why am I coaching? This doesn't make any sense. I'm amazing. What I do, I'm amazing financial planning practice. Like, why am I doing this? But I realized that my need to serve was so great that really is my energy. Like being here live with you guys on a Saturday morning is my energy. It is my everything. Like I love being able to inspire business owners to really realize what their true potential is. We all have a potential and we all have a gift. And if I can spend my life helping you figure out what your gift is, to me, that is like everything. Like that is everything to me. Like that is all the feels for me. So dream big, right? Dream big. Let's talk about what a freedom number is. A freedom number. That's what I kind of call that number when we're starting a business, whether you're starting a business, you have a business, whatever. Our goal inside of this workshop is to help you get the tools you need to make the first or next $25K in your business, $25,000. $25,000 is a very, very pivotal number in running a business. It doesn't matter what kind of business you have. It is a very pivotal number. That is why this is 25K and 25. Okay. That first 25,000 opens up a lot of doors for you. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn what you like to do, what you don't like to do. Hopefully by 25,000, you've nailed your pricing down with your product lines. You've kind of figured out who you serve. Who is that client that you're serving? Until you start to make sales, you really don't know who your Sally is. I call my person Sally. That's my ideal client. Her name is Sally. And my ideal coaching client is Sally. My ideal client in my print business is actually like a Brooke. She's much younger. But in my coaching business, it's Sally. So hi, Sally's. How are you? So we got to come up with your freedom number. And we're actually, for this workshop, I really want to work with 25,000 as our freedom number. And for some of you, it might be 25,000 a month, might be 25,000 a quarter, might be 25,000 a year. I don't know what you think. I want you to dream big, but if your annual revenue right now is 0 and you want to make 25,000 a month, that's going to be difficult if you don't have things already in place. Okay. I don't want to, I'm not going to paint a picture of hey, it happened. I've seen it happen. I will tell you that I've seen it happen more times than not. If you want it and you're willing to invest in it, if you think that you're going to go from a zero to $25,000 a month business and you're not going to invest in any coaching, any help, any technology, ain't happening. All right. You're in another planet and I can't help you. Flat out, not attainable. In order to get to those kind of numbers, you're going to invest about $100,000. If you want to have a $25,000 a month business, you all hear me? Hold me to it. I'm fine with that. You're going to need to invest about $100,000 between launching, help, ads, distribution. The list goes on. Okay. Most of us as creatives, I'm working with starving artists. I am working with incredibly creative, talented people who have the ability to grow that kind of business, but they don't maybe have the ability in here. Mindset is the majority of business, not your products, y'all, not your products. I'd love to tell you that your products are amazing and epic, but if you don't feel that you're amazing and epic, those products are nothing. Absolutely, they mean nothing. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Confidence is everything. I always use this analogy. You got the girl in the front of, yeah, like take it back to high school, y'all. You know the girl that's in the front of the room and you walk in and you're like, she's here. She's here. Oh, great. And why that person did that? Why did she make us feel that way? It was her confidence. It was the way that she presented herself, like the know-it-all. She's like that, but she was just out there. She was just that person. We all know what we're talking about. Maybe you were that person. You're probably not here with me if you were that person because you're on a whole nother level of success. Confidence is everything. Mindset is everything, y'all. You really, truly have to believe that you are worthy of what it is that you desire. So let's talk about the freedom numbers inside the workbook, whether you have the workbook or not, but here we go. I have this, like, how many sales will I need to freedom? And I'm really big about breaking things up into small bits. So if you want a $25,000 a year, like business or side gig, it's about $2,400 a month with an average sale of $40. Obviously, if you sell $5 products, it's going to be more. If you sell $100 products, it's going to be less. So that would be how many sales per month do I need to hit $2,400? And I'm talking about I'm not talking about like after expenses and all that, just like, like just a gross 25,000 or 2,400 a month. So it's 60 sales, and we break the 60 down. It's 2 sales a day. 2 sales a day sounds much more obtainable than 60 sales. So what you need to do is when you wake up in the morning, what am I going to do today to get those 2 sales? What doors am I going to knock on today to get those 2 sales? Where am I going to be seen today to get those 2 sales? What video am I going to make to get those 2 sales? Everything becomes about those 2 sales, not the 60 sales, not the 120 sales, not the 2,000 sales we need to make this year. No. 2 sales. We have to break it down into small bets. To how many, what do I need to do today? Y'all, listen, we can plan out, like, I want you to dream, but say, where do you want to be in 5 years from now? I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow, let alone 5 years from now. Like, seriously, I do not know. I do not know. And so anyways, break it down into small bits. 2 sales to me. Okay, let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. Like, that is much more obtainable than 60 sales. That's overwhelming. Will shut us down. It becomes too hard. We don't know how to do it. We're just done. And when we live for today and what can I do today, then suddenly it keeps us, we don't get overwhelmed in all of those thoughts. But we have to be really good about figuring out how to get to that 2 a day. That's what we're going to be talking about here in the next 4. We're going to be talking about that actually in the next section here at 11. That golden triangle of online marketing. How are we going to get there? Most of you guys who are here with me right now have a product, a physical product. Okay. Some of you may have a course or a membership or whatnot. I do serve a lot of membership owners. But no matter what, you have something to sell. If you don't have something to sell, Buttercup, what you waiting for? Let's get something on the table. All right. I have this fun little thing here as we close up this first part. You guys got a little bit of homework to do. I'm going to spend like the next 20 minutes planning that dream life and coming up with your freedom number. There's going to be a post here inside of the Facebook group. So if you're watching us on YouTube, you all need to head over to the Facebook group. It's down below. You can head over to the Facebook group. I want to know, what is your freedom number? What does that freedom number look like? Y'all remember these from school? Y'all remember the MASH game? And you drew this circle. And then you counted it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close your eyes and pick one. And it is, you wanted to live in the mansion. You wanted to have one child. You wanted to drive a Porsche and you wanted to be married to a Peter, right? You did not want to live in the shack married to Billy Bob and have 8 kids driving a junky minivan. All right. What happens when we do this and we don't get the results that we desire? What happens? Y'all keep doing it, right? Y'all remember those days. Well, I don't want to marry Billy Bob and live in a shack and driving a junky minivan with 8 kids. Oh no, I'm going to live in a mansion. I'm going to drive a Porsche with one child and I am marrying Peter, right? Like, right? Well, actually in school, his name was, little Jake. He was the cutest damn little thing, little blonde hair and blue-eyed thing, which I actually prefer, like dark hair and dark eyes. But he was the cutest little Jake. He was the cutest little thing ever. God, he was cute. I remember he was like 5 years old. I held him down the playground and kissed him. I did. He hated every second. He probably doesn't like girls today because of it. But, he was the cutest damn thing. Anyways, when we don't get the results we desire, we keep trying over and over and over. This is your business, y'all. We didn't get the result. We try again. We didn't get the result. We do it again. We do it over and over and over until we get the results that we desire. That is called being a business owner. When we quit because shit got too hard, and excuse my language, I know I'm on YouTube, but YouTube forgive me. When shit gets too hard, we quit. And every time we quit, we just open the door for somebody else. So you go ahead. Anybody out here who wants to be a coach, quit. Open another open door for me. I'm all right with that. I don't teach coaches. I teach creatives, right? Although I've had that question before. Have you ever thought about being a coach for coaches? And I'm like, no, I haven't. It's like really overwhelming just being me. I don't think I could handle a couple hundred of you. So we're like, seriously, no. I never say never, because I also said I'd never be a runner. So never say never. But no, I don't want to deal with any more people like me at all. Anyways, I want you guys to think about your business as you lay there and dream about your Hallmark life, what it looks like, and motivate yourself. If you got ideas, write them down. Put some music on. Put those earbuds in. Get that Sade and Maxwell going. And I want you guys to work on your freedom numbers. I want you to drop those inside of the group. I want to know, what is your freedom number? Like, I want to know what that number is. How many sales a day do you need? Like, how many sales a day do you need? All right, guys, we're going to be heading over in a little bit at 11. And we're going to how to make it happen. How to make that happen. How to make that happen. We're present online for one purpose only, and that is in marketing, to make that sale. How are you using that time to make that sale? All right, y'all. We'll see you over at 11 o'clock. Bye, everybody.